Good morning. I wanted to talk a little bit about the channel and a few different things. First of all, I have an announcement. So, Sunday morning, February 12th, 8 a.m., I'm going to be doing a live stream on Twitch. It will be 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, February 12th. I'm going to have a link to my Twitch channel in the video description, so you can find that there. I'm also going to do a live stream on Tuesday night at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, so that's Valentine's Day. And it will be a themed one. I'm doing love songs as a theme, so there'll be a lot of existing material you probably would be familiar with in that one. I think they will both feature, a lot of synth playing, good amount of improvisation. But the one Tuesday night is going to be more song focused, definitely. I think I have an original song I'm going to include on Tuesday, and there will be a little more of a variety of things Sunday morning. As far as the Twitch situation, I've been using that more because of my involvement with, the Golden Shrimp Guild Discord community, and there's a lot of music streamers on Twitch there, and it's a good opportunity for me to just learn how to improve the audio and video quality of what I've been sharing. In fact, I've noticed that Twitch seems to have a better video quality than YouTube. Like if you have to grab a video, and download it, the YouTube compression is really bad. And if you download the same length of video on Twitch, it's not nearly as compressed. So that's a good thing. So that's the news about that. I'm still going to stay on YouTube. I still think YouTube will be a main focus for me because there's a lot of wind synth players and other musicians, especially internationally, that are on YouTube. And, it's probably more of a familiar footprint to a lot of people. I may start doing more things on Facebook Live. I don't know. I haven't done Facebook Live forever. But that's all of the news stuff I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about what my channel isn't. So my channel is not a revenue stream. I'm not out chasing followers. I mean, I've shared a few links if people wanted to support the channel, but it's definitely a soft sell with me. I'm not like, pushing that or anything. My channel is not promotional. I use a lot of plugins, some of which I've been a beta tester on, or maybe I've been gifted a plugin to test or try. But essentially, when I'm featuring plugins and synthesizers in a video, it's just because I like the sound of them. Obviously, I do a lot of things with the Wind Synth or breath controller, and it's interesting that not all synthesizers have the same response or expressiveness with breath control. So that definitely influences what I've been featuring in the videos, because I'm just going to try to use what I think sounds the best. And that's really the only agenda I have. I mean, I want it to sound good. I want the performance to be good. And like, for example, I use a lot of the Cherry Audio things. I use the Davidson Audio and Multimedia plugins, which would be like the EVI NER, or we call it Eviner. The Lyricon emulations he's been working on, like the Lyrahorn 2, which is released, and the Lyrahorn 1, which we're still beta testing, that sounds really amazing too. And, I'm just using these things because they sound good. I mean, those ones are specifically engineered for breath control. The Cherry Audio things that I'm using, I just like the way they work with breath control. The functionality is really good. The control mapping works really well. They're expressive. They have a really fast response time, which I know some of the older plugins, it's almost like there's latency on the response to the MIDI, like the attack of the notes and stuff. And that's kind of a deal breaker for me. I'm jumping around a little bit, but it gives a little background into, what I'm using in performance and why. My channel does not include gear reviews, and I don't plan on doing that. Nothing against gear reviews, but I mean, I'll talk about things or whatever. I do a lot of demoing. Like if a new plugin comes out and I like it and I want to mess around with it, I'll go through presets and try them out or test drive them, whatever. And that's, what I enjoy more than, talking about oh, how I think this compares to that or whatever, because I'm not necessarily the expert on that. And with breath control, it might be totally different too. Like if we were talking, let's say about Minimoog emulations, I'm using the Cherry Audio one. I can't really speak to how it compares with the Arturia one. I actually kind of don't care. I know from trying out some of the Arturia stuff, it doesn't necessarily work with my system as well, and I don't know that they are as user friendly with setting up the breath control mapping. And I mean, that's a huge thing for me. So I keep coming back to that, but definitely that has a lot of bearing on my perception. So, my perception is very subjective compared to maybe other people's because of what I do with the Wind controller. So, I don't really want to do gear reviews because if I did, it would just basically be like from the perspective of a Wind synth player, which, there's quite a few of us, but in the overall synth community, we're still a pretty small niche group. I am not a synthfluencer. It's a term I saw recently. I mean, I don't have I don't even know what that means, but I enjoy synthesizers, and I'm glad that people have a lot of enthusiasm about them and want to talk shop. And we're like the nerdiest bunch ever. And, that's kind of what I'm all about is just I enjoy creating the music, and I do that. So it says I have a script. It says I'm not a live streamer. I mean, I like doing live performance things. I have done a lot of pre-recorded live performance, which is usually a single take, but I record it and then I have the option to decide whether I want to actually share it or not. I'm getting more into live streaming, but I mean that's not necessarily like I don't have a whatever. I don't have a 5 year plan. Oh, I want to do this. I want to accomplish that. Oh, I want to like post one live streamed video every week. I mean, I'm not that into any, I'm not tied to any of these things. I just try to share what I think people will enjoy watching or listening to. And that's what I'm all about. Definitely not tied to any specific style or even presentation. I know I've done a lot of videos that do not include talking on microphone, and I do want to change that because there are things that have been requested sometimes, and I feel bad that I don't, I'm not as responsive maybe as I could be. It's difficult for me. My house is very not soundproof, and also late at night, early in the morning, I can't like talk on microphone because I'd be waking people up. So, I do have a finite amount of opportunities to do talking videos. I was actually working on other things today, and I thought, no, I'm going to stop. I wanted to do a video for my channel where I'm actually on camera talking, and so it was a good opportunity to do it. For example, one thing that has come up a few times, and actually somebody who does sound design professionally was like, oh, why don't you do a video talking about how to set up synthesizers for breath control? And I may do that. Actually, when I finish this and stop and save this video, I may try to take a swing at that just off the cuff and see what I can come up with. I can always edit it. Well, I'm not a professional videographer. Obviously, I do want to have better quality audio and videos.